Well, good morning. Today is Saturday, July 29th, and Jim and I are on our way to go meet Brooke's parents because Danny and Brooke are having a brunch, and they're having our favorite breakfast, which is, Jim?
Her French toast thing.
Her French toast bake. It's delicious. It's very good. It's very fattening.
Very sweet.
Very, very sweet. Like us. Like you,
Yes.
Jim. But anyway, so we're going to go and stay on track for the day. We're not going to go crazy, but we're going to enjoy our breakfast. So I will talk to you in a little bit. Well, hello. Today is Saturday, July 29th, and we have two anniversaries. No birthdays, just anniversaries. And I know it's Diane Evans' anniversary, but Diane did tell me who her significant other was. So Diane, let me know in the comments below what your honey's name is. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great, great anniversary. But Jim is calling me, so I got to see what he wants, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just wanted to show me a play on the baseball game. We know I don't care about baseball, but, he wanted to show me something, so I watched it. But it's also Jim and Donna's 27th anniversary. So Jim and Donna, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great anniversary. I hope all three of you, because Diane didn't tell me who her significant other was, but I know there's four of you. Have a great anniversary. And like I said, nobody let me know it was their birthday. This is my new chair. I don't know if you can see it. It's not much. It's got a pillow that comes with it. It's like an oversized chair. It's not like a two-person chair. It's just a little bit of an oversized chair. I have the light on because it's a little dark in this room, but not because it's raining or anything like that. It's just because this room does tend to be a little bit on the darker side. I was going to do my video outside. I did start to do it, and I thought, well, I'm going to just test it to see how it sounds. It's very breezy outside. It's very nice outside. It's starting to cool down a little bit. It's still in the 70s. It's not really hot, but it's just enough of a breeze that it catches the microphone, and it makes that sound. Not as bad as the fan made yesterday. I realized that when I was editing my video. But I thought, well, I'll just come in the house and do my quick video in here. We went to Danny's and Brooke's. Brooke lives with Danny now. That's his new girlfriend. And we met her parents. And when I got there, and so she went to introduce her, and I went to shake her hand, and you know what? Huggers. And she was coming in. I says, oh, you're a hugger. And she says, oh, yes, I am. And her name was Tammy. And her dad, his name was Dave. Hugger. So I got my hugs in today. I should have anticipated it. If you're new to my channel, I'm not much of a hugger. I just I don't know what it is. I'm just not much of a hugger. But I do like to know that you love me. But I mean, it's just like, anyway. So we hugged, and we hugged goodbye. So it's just like, I don't know. But it was really nice. She had I had 2 French toasts. And then I had some scrambled eggs and some bacon and a glass of orange juice. And I did have one, when we were sitting around talking afterwards, I had one a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. I had one. It wasn't like a cookie. It was like a little cookie. But we had a really nice visit. We were there a long time. I was surprised. We were there like almost 4 hours. For somebody, I can talk to a stick on the side of the road. I mean, I can talk to anybody, but they were very good conversationalists too. So it wasn't like I had to, like my family always says, turn the light on and shine it on them and feel like it's an interrogation, because it was a give and take. So that was nice. It was a really, really nice visit. So we had a really nice visit, and then we came home, and Jim put a new spice rack in my cupboard. I have a cupboard that's like a narrow cupboard. It is maybe 7 inches wide, and so I have like baskets of spices in it, and then my baskets are stacked on top of each other. So if I want a spice, I got to pull out the baskets and go through the baskets to see what's in them. that I got at the dollar store. And so I saw these little racks that you pull out, and there's four of them, four 4 shelves, obviously, that you pull out. And I can fit my spices on there. So Jim put that in for me. And oh my goodness, I have a lot of duplicate spices. Because when I go and I shop, I think, oh, do I have that? And so then I buy another one. And then a lot of them, I started using one and then not finish it. And so I bought another one. So I checked the expiration dates on them. And I only had to throw 2 things away that were well past their expiration date. 3 things. I had some cornstarch that was expired in 2016. That was way in the back of the cupboard where I couldn't reach. So Jim and I put that in, and so I rearranged my spice thing. So now I just pull them out, and then I can look, oh, this is what I need, and I have it. And I had spices that I didn't know I had. So when I watch recipes now, I don't have to think, well, I got to go buy that. I probably have it. I have recipes that, bay leaves. I didn't even know I had bay leaves. You know, like when recipes call for bay leaves, I think, I'm not going to go buy a bottle of bay leaves. Well, I don't need to because I already have a jar of bay leaves. So I'm all set for anything I want to bake. I watched recipes with Roy the other day, and he did a Weight Watchers chicken Marcellus, which I love. I order that when I go to Olive Garden. I love that. So I think I'm going to make that one day next week. I was thinking I was going to make it Monday, but I have some mushrooms and green peppers and red peppers that I got to get to really quick before they kind of turn on me. Because I was going to do a stir fry this week, and then it turned out we had a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich instead on that day. So I think Monday I'm going to do that, and maybe Wednesday I'll make the chicken Marcellus. I think that's what we're going to do. But as far as dinner goes, I'm not really hungry. I mean, I was really full. We ate at 11. It's about 6 o'clock now. So I might just have like a hard-boiled egg and some fruit later on, just to kind of hold me over. But I'm not the least bit hungry. But though we have a cold front coming in now. Not like a cold, like you got to put your coat on kind of a cold, but cooler. So that's going to be nice for the next couple days. And then tomorrow I have a graduation party to go to. And I don't know, what is the going rate for a card for a graduation nowadays? She is going to college, so when they go to college, I like to give them a little bit more, just to kind of offset the price of books and stuff like that. I don't think that every child needs to go to college, because I think that nowadays, if you're in a trade school, I still give you a little bit of extra money, because I think you still got to buy your tools and stuff that you're going to do for the trade. But if you're just going to work like at McDonald's or something for a while, I don't know. You just get a regular amount of money, I guess. But I don't know how much to put in the card. It's so much different nowadays. I really don't. Like when I go to a wedding, I always call ahead to find out how much it costs per plate so I can at least cover my plate and try to give them a little bit more, because I don't want them to think that they have to pay for me to come to their wedding. Although I know that's not why they're doing it. They want you to celebrate in the day, but they don't really want you. I know that when I wanted people to come, I wanted them to celebrate my day with me, but I also thought, I want you to cover your plate. I'm going to be honest, you know, I don't want to, I had a lot of people. When I got married, it was $5 a plate. I couldn't believe it. And my grandmother gave me a $100 bill in an envelope. And back then, like, well, think about it. $5 a plate to go out to eat, and your grandmother gives you a $100 bill. It's not like nowadays when you get a $100 bill. That's like getting a $10 bill nowadays, really. Isn't that sad? But it really is. But I thought, oh my gosh. I kept looking at it, a $100 bill. Oh my gosh, my grandmother is rich. But anyway, so that was nice. I mean, that was a shocker for that. The best wedding story I can ever think of was when Bertie married her first husband, Brad, which was really kind of coincidental because Brad was my brother Michael's best friend. And Brad's sister, Sue, was my best friend because we grew up together. They only lived a couple doors down from us when we grew up. And I met Sue when I was like 2 or 3. And then Michael came along and Bradley came along at the same, I think they're like 2 months apart in age. And so then it just only stands to reason, like, you know, the kids in the neighborhood kind of grew. And then it was really, really strange is when our house burnt down, we moved to about 2-3 miles away from where the house was that was burnt down on a street called McKinney. And they were renting the house. They weren't living in the house. And they bought a house on McKinney. So they were like, we were on one side of the busy street on McKinney, and they were on the other side of the busy street on McKinney. So we were still at an age, because I was 10, I could cross the busy street and go and hang out with my best friend. And then when we did buy a house, we bought a house on the same side as her of the busy street, but like 6 blocks before. So we were together constantly. Anyway, so when we went to school, my sister Sue is right around Bertie's age. I think Sue was a year older than Bertie. But because Sue's birthday was in December, was in the same grade as Bertie. So Sue and Bertie became friends, and then Jim and I were dating, and then through Sue, my sister, Bertie met Brad, who was my brother. I know it's confusing. You got all the name cards? Get a pen and paper so you can write it down so you can keep track of all the characters in this story. So Brad and Sue Newer were brother and sister. Mike and Sandy Manning and Sue Manning were brother-sisters. And then Jim was my boyfriend, and his sister was Bertie, who was friends with my sister Sue, who met Brad through my sister Sue. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty clear. Do you got all the pieces in order on the board? You got them all? So somehow we're all intermingled and related. So anyway, I ended up marrying Jim, and Bertie ended up marrying Brad. Okay, now to the wedding story. Brad, when they were getting married, Bertie had like a set budget. And so then she said, this is how much we're going to spend, blah, blah, blah. How many people do you want to invite on your side? And so then Brad came up with his list of who he wanted to invite on his side. And so then Bertie says, okay, we're all set. This is how many we're going to have. And she said, yeah. And she says, well, that's good because that's all the money we have to spend, blah, 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 all of that. So then they sent out all the invitations. So then they were getting the response cards back. Not like nowadays. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take a side trip here. Hang on. And if I forget where I was going, let me know. Remind me. But I think I'm going to remember. Anyway, I just got invited to my niece's wedding. And she sent a little card where you don't even do a response card anymore. There's a little code that you use your QVC scanner on it. And you scan the code. And then you have to list whether you're going to go to the wedding. And then she's going to have like a cocktail hour. So you have to accept that you're going to the wedding. Then you have to accept that you're going to the cocktail hour. And then you have to accept that you're going to the reception itself. And then you have to do it all again for Jim. Before, I just send out a card at my wedding, RSVP, how many people will be attending. So it's like, and then you mail it back. So, I mean, at least she's got the less expense that she doesn't have to worry about, because we had to put stamps, because you obviously can't expect them to send it back and put a stamp on it. So you had the stamp of sending the card out, and then you had the stamp of the card coming back, like for them to do it. And then you had to have the little limit. So, I mean, it's smart. I'm not saying it's not smart. It is a really good idea, but it's just kind of strange. It's like, why can't you just QVC the code and just say, yeah, Jim and I, 2 people are coming, and we'll be at everything. But you didn't pick a menu either. That was another thing that I thought was odd. So it must be a buffet, because usually you have to pick whether it's the beef, chicken, or fish. So we didn't have to pick anything like that. Anyway, now back to our story. That was a small commercial break. Bertie got her, had all of her things. She's doing her seating arrangements. She's got all of her tables set. She's got the little thing. She's got the little chart. Because Jim's family, Jim's mother, Jim is more organized than me, but he's not as organized as his mother and his sister, because they are like anal. They're anal. I'm a good enough type of person, and Jim's like, no, we got to make sure it's right. It's right. But they're like, it's got to be exact type of thing. Jim is just okay if it's all right. No, it's got to be exact. Anyway, they're doing their table seating chart and all that. And then they're going to the rehearsal dinner, which everybody knows the rehearsal dinner is the day before the wedding. And Brad's dad informs her that he has invited 25 more couples, that she needs to do her seating arrangement again, because he didn't know they were doing a seating arrangement. He thought you were just coming in to sit wherever you want. And that's when they were showing the seating arrangement, who they were going to have everybody sit with. And then Bertie said, well, no, we don't have enough money for 25 more people. And he says, well, I've already sent the invitations out. And she says, well, I didn't give you the invitations. I went and had them printed. He went and printed his own invitations. So she had 50 more people coming that she didn't expect coming. They managed. I don't know. They called the place. They were able to call the place that night and say, no, we're going to have 50 more people. And his name was Milo. Milo did put up the extra money for the 50 extra people, so it didn't cost her anymore. But she was just so upset that, like, if you wanted to invite these people, why didn't you know at the beginning? And then it would have been easier, I guess. So she had to redo her seating chart. And I said, when she was getting so worried about it, I said, it's 25 more couples. Just set up 3 more tables and put them at the 3 tables and just figure out where they're going to sit at the 3 tables. you know, you don't mingle them in with the other people that you already have. They're just, so I don't remember how they did it. It turned out to be a really nice day. It was a beautiful day for the wedding, and it was just, so it's just something always we talk about. But then she ended up divorcing Brad. So anyway, so memories. Anyway, like my beginning quote says, you know, like I'm trying again to be inspirational to you. I think that Jim's doing really well. He was really good at breakfast because he had a very, very light breakfast compared to what he would have normally had. And he only had 2 cookies, which for Jim, that's really good. He would have had more than 2 cookies. And he's really, really watching. He's looking forward to getting weighed tomorrow. So a lot of times I think that people don't think that you're inspiring anybody. You know, you may not have a YouTube channel, or you might not be on Instagram, or you might not be, you know, like doing FaceTime or like Facebook or whatever. And just think, well, you know, I'm just chugging along in my little old merry old way, and, you know, I'm just trying to lose weight. And, you know, who am I going to inspire? You'd be amazed how many people you can be inspiring and just not know it. I'm trying my best to get back on the track that I can inspire you, but I watch a lot of channels that really inspire me to keep going. Like Sue at Sue Slims Down and I, we text, and I do hear from the brat, Ange, over at Smack Vision. On Mondays, we do share our weight still. I know she's on Instagram. I don't do Instagram, but I know she's on Instagram. So if you ever want to see how she's doing, check her out on Instagram. I think it's still Smack Vision. I'm pretty sure. But she does, she texts me back and forth. So she's my weigh-in buddy, along with Sue at Sue Slims Down. She weighs on Thursdays, and I still weigh on Mondays. Sparkling Susan now has started. We share back and forth how we're doing. Joan always texts me each day to find out how I'm doing. Terry Weeks and I check each other each morning to see how we did with our walking. Terry mostly walks in the house. She lives on the western side of the state, which to me seems to get the worst weather than my side of the state. She always gets more of the oppressive heat. She gets more of the snow. She gets more of the rain. Along with Danielle Nicole. Danielle Nicole's more in the center of the state. And so she still seems to get a lot of bad weather. I can't complain because I would think I would get worse weather since I'm so close to the water. But for some reason, it kind of skips over me, and I am not complaining about that at all. But you know, like Kim now has a new buddy with Tracy over Trials of a Long-Haired Girl, rather. Tracy and Kim had a girl on her phone. They text each other back and forth. And so I think that they're inspiring each other. Every time I see how much joy Kim gets at a girl on her phone when she can put a new button on her her board, she inspires me. She really does. And then I just, you know, I think that because Jim watches a couple times, he'll watch videos with me. He'll come in and watch them. And Sean over at Wendy's WW Adventures, I think Sean has really kind of inspired Jim to see, well, you know, it's not just the girls that are on here, because he's always commenting about Roy. I know, boom, name droppers. Look at me dropping names, but I'm talking about people that inspire me, that really keep me going. Like I said, I'm gonna try the recipe that Roy got from Weight Watchers. I saw it on Weight Watchers, and I thought, that looks like too much work. But then when Roy did it, it didn't really look like that much work. I mean, it was work, but not, you know, it looked easy enough. But when Jim is eating or something, he'll say, "You'll have to tell Roy I had something green." He'll always say that. But I just think that if you were to really think about something, to see if you're inspiring somebody, maybe you don't even know it. It could be a relative, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor. It doesn't necessarily have to be about weight loss. I think that Edie, once again, name drop, Edie over at Edie's Adventures is so active in her church and does so much work, and she's such a good volunteer that I think she inspires other people. I mean, she may not think she does, but I really think that they look at her and think, oh my gosh, look at this woman. How much work she does. She inspires me to try to do a little bit more. She may not think that way because she does do a lot. She really does. But I think that you just sometimes have to take a step back and look at yourself and think what an impression you're making on someone else. Because I really do think that you do inspire people more than you know. You really do. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to have a channel, a YouTube channel or something like that. Just know that some little thing that you're doing, whether it's like bringing the cart back from the grocery store, maybe somebody in the parking lot sees you and it inspires them to bring the cart to the little stall at least. picking up something, helping somebody, holding a door open, anything like that. You might inspire somebody to do something nice for somebody else. You just don't know. So always think about that, and when and your days going by, that you can inspire people on more than just losing weight. You can inspire people just to be kind. And let me think, if we had more people that was just being kind to people in the world, it would be so much better place to live. Not that it's a bad place, because I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, because I really like where I'm at. Well, you know what? I want to be in heaven, but I want to be on earth with my friends and family. But I want to be in heaven with my friends and family. So it's like a catch-22 type of thing. It's like, I don't know. But so think about today. I want to know who you think you inspire. What did you do this week to inspire somebody? Because I think that this week I've inspired people to, I've inspired Jim to get back on a weight loss program. I mean, the doctor suggested it, but I think I've inspired Jim because he can see I'm back at it. So what do you do? What have you done this week to inspire somebody? And I don't think you're going to have to think that hard. I think that it'll come right off the top of your head that well, you know what? I held the door for someone the other day, and I bet you I inspired them to help somebody else by packing somebody else's groceries or something. You never know. So, okay. I was thinking I don't have anything to talk about today. This is going to be a quick little video. Look at it. It's over 20 minutes. Woo! Gone are the days when Sandy would just sit here and be quiet. I'm sitting here looking at my birds. This is my perch. This is my perch. These are my peeps. You're my peeps. So, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. Share if you think somebody might like to see it. Inspire somebody today. Inspire somebody at least once between now and next Saturday. Inspire somebody, whether they know it or not. Make an effort to try to inspire somebody. And not only will they feel better, but I'm sure you will too. Talk to you soon.